Hello, dear Angelo, dear team. This is Chang. In my vacation, present you my draft idea of the city landing page. This presentation is used to explain the draft design. I hope you can comment on that under this video or simply following the email chain. Now let's start. The user will type in their username and password on the CCR website and for logging in. And then after they connect it correctly, they will be led into this login landing page. If they type it wrongly, it will simply come back to a page to say wrong password and login username combination. And after they successfully land in, they will first be led into a welcome page that will start with welcome back, the city's English name. By the way, everything in this squared brackets means the data need to be pulled from the API from the database. And the English name, consider it the Stadt of Bonn, city of Bonn. And then the contact person's full name, Chang Deng-Beck, the time of registration. Why is this important? Because the reporting person is very likely to be changed over time. And the successor of the previous reporting person would like to know, when did I register? When did I first initiate my report? If its previous reporting person did not hand over properly. So since this is a common asked question and this request is raised by ROs, we would like to show the time of registration and user account, the email address used, and the special title to eclay if the reporting person has any. And please note that not all the information will be displayed. For example, if a city does not have the special title to eclay, we will simply not display it. But please leave the space for this information. And beside it is the city's logo. When city did not submit a logo, please leave it empty so that the city will be it is very obvious for the city that it need to update something. And then it comes a detailed city profile. It has more analytical aspect that we do not display for external viewer, which means not the city itself, simply to avoid the comparative information to be showed to other city. We do not want to highlight the bad side of the city reporting. And it starts with the city's picture, the city's name, and the city type, which will be the local government, or which is town, city, and or the regional government will be region, province, etc. That is in their reporting sheet. The GDP in terms of US dollar, the size area in terms of square kilometers, and the geography type, economic pillars, economic sectors. All those information are pulled from the database, but this GDP, area, geography, and economy stays as it is. And then we will have an indicator to show the population density, and GDP per capita and its comparison to other CCR reporting entities. This blue line represent average, means more than 50% of city has population like this. And the orange line represent global leader, which means more than which means 80%. Only 80% actually here would be 20% of city can achieve this line. Then by comparing it, we can see for population, this city's population reach a CCR reporting average. And for population density, this city's report reach the top 20%. And since it did not report GDP per capita, it doesn't show. So Angelo, what I want from you is to design this graph and the two bars. However, the data will be pulled from the database. And then the name of the political lead, and that will be, for example, Mayor Park. Actually, I forgot Mayor Park's name, but its full name. And then President Ficolate's role, Mayor's picture, Mayor's quote. We display them here. Please, if the Mayor's picture and Mayor's quote is not submitted, leave it empty. This is a page only city can see after logging in. So I want to let them know if some information is missing. So leave them empty. And then it comes to analytic information about their action report, their latest inventory reported, the action reported, and the commitment ambitious level in comparison to a global reference, to other cities in their region, and to their country level. And this ring chart is correlating to the inventory reported that will be pulled from the database. This strategic alignment is this calculative result is pulled from the database. The display will only be either full, which means 100%, or 25%, or 50%, 75%, or full, I just said, or empty. So the front end will only receive this 0, 25, 50, 75, and 100, these 5 values. And Angela, you can design accordingly that there will be 5 types of circles. And then there is a bar chart representing the actions distribution in their sectors. Here the sector name remains still, but I would prefer that this sector name is also pulled from database in case future changes, and under which there is a line of the representing the number of actions reported under certain sections. In this case, there will be 4 actions are transportation actions, 2 are building and facility energy. So these numbers are also pulled from the database, and so does the percentage is pulled from the database, and the front end only need to use the percentage to form a bar chart here. And same as here, Angelo, you only need to design this graphic. All the lines here will be pulled from the database. Here is the update button, a little small here. And by clicking on this button, the view will be jumped into this section and reporting status and updating. So if they click here, and they will be jump to this section. I hope it's easy understandable. And now, by the way, the title of each section, it's formulated as such. You have a number, and it's in black, and it's in 14 calibri style. And just to not confuse with this small subtitle, so everything written in this style will be a tag on your dashboard, Angelo. So now come to the second tag on the dashboard is reporting. On the reporting section, the city can do two things. One is understand their current reporting status and update previous report. One is initiate new report. And so they will be led into a table. On the table has 4 columns. The first column is what to report. It's the name of the reporting sheet, registration, city profile, etc., etc. I would like the length of this table, which means the number of rows, are extendable. So I don't want it to be fixed as 11 rows here. Angelo, please take that into consideration. And the color of it and the name of the reporting sheet and the color of it is the data will be pulled from the database, because everything incomplete that need attention, need action from the user end will be highlighted in red in terms of danger, need to do something. So the name of the reporting sheet and the color of the reporting sheet need to be pulled from the database. And the second column is the latest submission date, if the city submitted at all. If the city did not submit a certain reporting sheet, here will only leave as empty, where we say not applicable. And on the third column is the reporting status. Here we say is under validation, waiting for clarification, complete, incomplete. As I mentioned, when the status is incomplete and the city actions are needed, we will highlight them in red. And finally is the number of total submission received. This number is also pulled from the database. And beside each column, there is a button called Update, which means the city can choose to update individual sheet. And by clicking on this button, a little window will be jumped out, letting them select language. And I don't know how to put it there, so just use your imagination. A little window will jump out, ask you 7 to 11 language, and this language is presented in their local language. There will be English, Espanol, 中文, and Nihongo. So each language is written in their own language, and Deutsch, of course, written like that. And by clicking on each language, a reporting sheet will be downloaded. So the city will trigger a request to the database, and therefore the reporting sheet in the selected language for the selected sheet will be downloaded. And when the reporting sheet is downloaded, there will also be this page will also be direct to a new page to say this. We have the text already to say thank you for uploading the sheet. Pretty much just a text-intensive sheet to say if you have a problem, contact harbon@eclay.org, and the sheet included this and that section pretty much is an instructive sheet, and also a confirmation that this sheet has been downloaded. And then for the second section is initiating new reports. So the same first section stays here as is the name of the reporting sheet. As I said, I wish the name of the reporting sheet it's definable, future definable, so I can rename it in the future. And also the number is changeable in the future. It could be down to 6 sheet or expanded into 50 sheets, who knows. And on for each sheet, there are 4 buttons available. First is download sheet. That will trigger the same function as here, update. And by clicking on it, a little window will be pop up, and there are several languages, all the available languages written in their local language. And then by clicking on each language, a reporting sheet will be downloaded. And after the reporting sheet is downloaded, a confirmation page will be displayed. Your reporting sheet has been successfully downloaded, or whatever. And then for all the rest, button uploading, reporting sheet, upload supporting document, upload picture, they will be direct to a facility that allow them to upload a document. I think it's quite intuitive. We've all upload information before, so it will pop up a window to allow you to select a location in your own computer and select a document and click upload. It will be uploaded to server to the CCR database. So this is the function. And how it really works connecting to the database, we need to talk with Rian, but that's the function from the front end. I hope it helps you. And the third section now is the third tag on the dashboard that is affordable, is vertical integration. And first it starts with the map. This map, I really just used a screenshot of the map from the CCR homepage. It looked terrible. Theoretically, I would like to see at least the country map on it. But here, just bear with me. This is the only acceptable picture I can make a screenshot of. But anyway, the main point is it should containing one higher level entity and all the sub-entity have that reporting under it. For example, if this blue dot is Nordrhein-Westfalen and the little yellow dot represent Bonn, Cologne, Essen, Düsseldorf, Koblenz, Königswinter, etc., etc. And by hovering on your mouse on every dot, a little pop-up window will jump out to link you to their city page. So by clicking on it, we would jump it to the city profile page. This is the city profile page that user can check without logging in. So it's the information the city display to public, not this kind of information that only disclosed after logging in. But I think this does not influence your design, Angela. And so this map shows the geographic and administrative relationship between a higher level entity and all lower level entities reporting under it. And then we will have a emission comparison that will include the latest year's inventory of the higher level entity and all the lower level entity that report under it. I only used one example with made up cities. No, they're actually real city, but not all of them reporting to CCR. But I think this is an example we can all understand. And so we will pretty much have a bar chart. Feel free to design it as you wish. This is just a mock-up from my side. On the top is the name of the entity. So this is Nordrhein-Westfalen, this is Bonn, this is Cologne, this is Düsseldorf and Essen. And on the bottom is the latest inventory year and the bar chart representing the total emission reported in the latest year. So this will be 2017, 2016, 2015, and it's just the year you put from the database. In this graph, we can see that within this geographic boundary, which entity contribute to more emission. And the higher level government can see, which city is the problem boy that I should give more attention. And the cities can compare between themselves as well. And then followed by a commitment comparison. This is a graph that have the same methodology of the front page. The only difference is instead of comparing to the country goal here, we comparing Bonn, Cologne, Düsseldorf, and Nordrhein-Westfalen all in one graph to show which one's commitment is more ambitious. And then it's pretty much just copy paste the city profile information to here, so that the cities can see their peer cities' performance and their higher and lower level government's performance. For you, Angelo, I think it's really just copy paste of design from the first page, and the functions remain the same, and the mechanism for pulling data remains the same. So I would not repeat this section. And then the next tag is registration and commit to initiative. Here, the city can join new initiatives. For example, you will have a logo of the initiative, in this case, One Planet City Challenge. By clicking on the logo, actually, this is not the logo, but imagine this is a logo. By clicking on the logo, the city will be directed to the initiative page, where the rule of participation, the background of the initiative, etc., is introduced there. And then here is a button to click. It's a tick box, and by ticking it and click on this button, information will be sent to the backend, which is the database, to allow the database record this city's request of joining an initiative. Sometimes this request need to be verified by us, which means myself and Carla, sometimes also Cesar, sometimes others, but sometimes it's just automatically categorized. I believe what we do, the low carbon team do, after we receive this request is a different story. But for you, Angelo, you need to design this tick box and make sure by clicking on this button, a request is sent to the back end. And then finally, guidance and supports. Here, four types of connection and guidance support are provided here. The first one is recommended solutions from solutions gateways, and there will be solution 1, solution 2, solution 3 according to the type of action of the reporting entity. So this information stays as part of the design element and the different solutions suggested. So in the end, it will be real solution name, like a solar water panel or a waste incineration plant. The real solution names will appear here, and the link to certain solution, it's pre-built here. A recommendation to inventory tools, there will be ClearPath, Hit Plus, and then the future, etc. So this section remains in the design element, remain as a design element, and this recommended section, it's not predefined. And recommended peer entities, pretty much we will recommend this city to look at other cities. For example, when Bonn report, we will say, oh, check out Tokyo for this and that reason. So we will list Tokyo here, Beijing here, Berlin, or something, just some cities. And finally, guidance. Finally, guidance, we will a list of guidance document here for them to download. And then within the account setting page, I don't know where to place them, but I do hope you to consider all those functions while you design, because you have to put a button somewhere, that there is account setting, and that allow the city to log in, log out, change picture, change password, change account email, change first name, change last name, change the title, pretty much all the account information that displayed here. And for every change, there will be a request sent to the backend, and of course also save in the backend. The changed information will be saved in the backend, so that when they log in next time, it will be displayed here. So that's all. I hope I made my point clear. Please leave your comment under this video or simply write me back. Bye.